Let's jump into the heart of our new Dragon. It's truly our most advanced product yet. Manufactured in the latest 5 nanometer process technology, it is the most cutting edge process technology right now that allows us to squeeze in the maximum number of transistors. Now, as we go through this deep dive, you will see a large number of firsts that we have packed into this product. So let's start with connectivity. This is the most advanced integrated 5G modem RF system in the world. It is equipped with our third generation sub-6 and millimeter wave technologies, which allows global launches with a single design. It is designed to bring ultimate flexibility to operators so that more networks around the world can deliver the best 5G experience. Snapdragon 888 can achieve peak 5G speeds of up to 7.5 gigabits per second, utilizing our third generation millimeter wave technology, whereas others are still on their first generation 5G solutions. Snapdragon 888 is the first to add key features such as 5G carrier aggregation across FDD and TDD, all in a very compact, integrated solution. This is the first Snapdragon product to use our Qualcomm Fast Connect 6900 subsystem. This amazing system utilizes the latest Wi-Fi 6 and 6E capabilities, utilizing the 6 GHz spectrum. Like 5G, you can achieve multi-gigabit speeds at nearly 3.6 gigabits per second. Snapdragon 888 is the first in the industry to use advanced modulation techniques like 4K QAM and 4-stream DBS by using the 6 GHz channel. Now, by increasing the number of channels from 2 to 3, this relieves Wi-Fi network congestion even further to generate the fastest and most consistent connections in your home. 6900 also brings in Bluetooth 5.2 with dual antenna support for much better Bluetooth connectivity experience. Really a great story on the connectivity side. Let's move on to camera. Qualcomm technologies today power the most cameras in the world due to the sheer number of photos taken each day by smartphones powered by Snapdragon. This year with Snapdragon 888, we are tripling down on the future of photography, and we are very excited. This is the first triple ISP from Snapdragon. This means that the smartphone can capture 3 different camera streams from 3 different vantage points and then decide which picture or video is right for you, and stitch them together to create the best experience possible. Spectra 580 will also support the newest sensor technology called staggered HDR sensors, which will introduce the concept of computational HDR for the first time. Last year, our Qualcomm Spectra ISP broke the gigapixel per second barrier for the first time. We have pushed the envelope even further with Qualcomm Spectra 580. We have cranked those speeds up to 2.7 gigapixels per second. That's a whopping 35% increase in pixel throughput. So we think the Snapdragon 888 will take the imaging experience to a whole new level. You will hear more about these new and exciting camera experiences later on. On to GPU. Our Qualcomm Adreno GPU is at the heart of mobile gaming. To date, we have shipped over 2.5 billion Adreno GPUs and have powered a new breed of gaming smartphones. Adreno is the most power-efficient graphics IP in mobile industry, which means it is the most power-efficient graphics IP, period. This year, our Adreno 660 GPU achieves the biggest year-on-year leap in graphics rendering performance with a whopping 35% improvement in performance, while focusing on sustainable and usable performance and adding new cutting-edge features. This means that more games can push the frame rate limit while allowing you to play on your smartphone for as long as you wish. Adreno is more than just graphics engine. It is also made up of the world-class display engine that enables best picture quality. With Snapdragon 888, we are adding new hardware inside the display pipeline with technologies like Demura and subpixel rendering to improve the picture quality of the smartphone display even further. The Snapdragon DNA is really built on sustained performance. It is not about the type of graphics performance that can win synthetic benchmarks. It is about the ability to render games at the highest performance level and holding those levels over a sustained period of time. Our competitors across different OSs sometimes claim the highest marks during the very first few minutes, but drop off very quickly, which means they cannot sustain the performance. In other words, that performance is not usable. With Snapdragon, we work with the mobile gaming industry to deliver the best gaming experience on the device. AI has become very critical over the years. Due to our early investments in AI R&D, Qualcomm AI technology enables more than 1.5 billion devices today. AI is one technology that has outpaced all others in terms of processing demands. Because of this, we have completely redefined our Qualcomm Hexagon 780 processor. We had to rethink the way AI workloads can achieve higher performance without sacrificing power. The different AI accelerators that are built into Hexagon, the scalar, the vector, and tensor accelerators, they are all now fused together such that they work together as one unit. On top of that, we added a layer of shared memory around these accelerators that is 16 times the size in previous products. The added memory also allows many neural networks to run inside Hexagon without tapping into external memory. This reduces the response times to nanoseconds and increases performance per watt by more than 3 times compared to the previous year. This is what allows new AI use cases to run on device, which were not possible in the past. Last year we also introduced the Qualcomm Sensing Hub, which enabled always-on, contextually aware use cases when your smartphone is sitting idle. With the 888, we are introducing the second generation Qualcomm Sensing Hub, where we added a dedicated AI processor. It can collect and decipher different types of data streams, including, for the first time, 5G, Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, and location streams. The inclusion of these data streams creates new opportunities for your smartphone to understand the environment around it, like a baby crying, the weather around you, the time of the day, and work with an AI assistant to seamlessly provide recommendations. And finally, our Qualcomm Cryo 680 CPU. We went all out with our new CPU architecture also this year. Snapdragon 888 is the first to use the ARM Cortex-X1, which is a completely redone architecture that increases CPU performance by up to 25%. And we have improved the overall CPU cluster power efficiency by 25% as well. Just like we were able to sustain graphics performance, it's a very similar story here with overall CPU performance. Snapdragon is designed to better maintain its performance compared to all of our competitors across OSs. We designed the various engines to ensure we can sustain performance for long periods while our competitors are tapering off because of throttling issues. They constructed their IP for 1 or 2 good runs, which is ideal for benchmarks, but Snapdragon, again, is constructed for sustained, usable performance. And when you bring all of these pieces in our Snapdragon 888 together, the Adreno 660, the newly built Hexagon 780, the Cryo 680, and the second generation Qualcomm Sensing Hub, this forms our very powerful 6th generation Qualcomm AI engine. And the combined processing power of this new engine exceeds 26 trillion operations per second. This is the first for any mobile platform and represents the biggest leap in performance ever on Snapdragon. Along with that, we have completely redesigned the software tools to enable access to our new 6th generation Qualcomm AI engine, appropriately named Qualcomm AI Engine Direct. Later on, we'll show you some of the new experiences this new AI engine will deliver. As you can see, we did not skimp on any technology. We have really gone all out, but we've just begun to scratch the surface of the Snapdragon 888. With all this amazing technology, the 888 is the benchmark in driving premium experiences on the handset.